Hello, welcome to Onegrace 22 podcast station at assurance.com. Today's podcast presents the fall of man. Was eating the fruit really the cause of the fall of mankind? Jesus said that what goes into the mouth does not defile a man, but what comes out of the mouth defiles a man. Perhaps Adam already fell before the episode of eating the fruit of good and evil. Darkness, which is nothing, small letter n, whose carrier is the devil, who is nothing, capital letter N, cannot do anything unless one gives them the pen. Just like a virus, which is darkness, a nothing called pathogen, cannot do anything unless it gets the mitochondria of its victim. Additionally, when Eve was being deceived, Adam was with Eve when Eve was being deceived by the serpent. So why did he not stop the deception? Rather, he took the fruit from Eve and ate as well. Note, Adam was created from the dust of the fallen earth. Therefore, he inherently has the burden of darkness and must depend on the grace of God and the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, by whom he was created and in whom he was created. A deviation from this makes him vulnerable to deception of darkness, and in this case, the carrier of the darkness is the serpent. Creation in the beginning demonstrated grace. The grace of God is all it takes for life to be born and to continue to be born. That is for light to be and continue to be. Note, man was created without an effort from man. Everything was already put in place for man before man was brought into existence. Man did not even walk into the Garden of Eden by himself. God put man in the Garden of Eden. The only assignments given to man is to freely eat from every tree in the Garden of Eden, except the tree of good and evil, and to tend and keep the garden. In other words, man is to live joyfully and totally in the will of God, and give God all the glory, and not take the glory of God. Though man came short of the glory of God by rejecting the grace of God and pursuing self and fleshly desires and self-glory, God demonstrated his love and plan when he clothed the fallen man with garment of skin. God revealed his plan of redemption for mankind, which is salvation of mankind, through his provision of the gift of righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, and man's acceptance of the gift of righteousness of God through faith in Christ Jesus. In other words, to be saved, you have to allow Jesus, the righteousness of God, to wash you and continue to keep you clean by washing of feet, which is washing by the word, who is the truth. This teaching is expounded at assurance.com. Visit assurance.com today. Thank you. This is Onegrace 22 podcast station at assurance.com. Thank you for listening.